and it resulted in me being in the press a lot.
So it was a well-publicized divorce.
Very publicized. And that left me feeling very alone. I withdrew from society.
Wow.
I was really ashamed of my situation.
You're
I felt ashamed not just for myself. Self-esteem was affected, but also legacy is very important to me. I was ashamed of what I had done to my family name, or what I felt I had done. And as a result, I literally went into hiding.
Wow.
But
what does hiding mean?
I didn't want to interact with anyone. I wanted to stay in my own space, stay at home.
Did you go to work? You stopped going to work?
I found it very difficult to work.
Wow.
It was very hard.
You began to lose focus.
Not just lose focus, lose motivation.
Wow.
Lose the incentive to even get up in the morning.
Wow.
What am I getting up for? Everyone already feels a certain way about me, and so on. Started to lose work. As a result of it, that's when it really started to get to me. As a man, your work is your identity. And I started to lose opportunities. I started to lose business deals. So it became a real problem for me.
Wow.
That's where I made a decision. I literally had to make a decision for my own survival because I was living in hopelessness.
How long did this go on for?
Weeks. It went on for weeks.
Yeah.
I was out of the loop for a whole year. I checked out of life for a year.
My God.
To regroup and realize that I was in a very dark space. I was in a hole, but I needed to get out of it.
You see, that's what I'm saying. This might be the most powerful message. You will wonder, how come I'm not fighting in business? And the reason why is that your soul is defeated and crushed and your passion is gone. You will think you don't like ministry again. You love ministry, but you've been crushed. And so you are not motivated to do something. What was your lowest time when you were depressed? Did you cry? Did you cry?
Oh, wow. I was on the floor.
Could you sleep sometimes?
No. Sleep. What sleep? I didn't even know what that was. I had insomnia. I was paranoid as well. So the few chances that I did get to go out, I had created a scenario in my own mind that everybody knows, everybody's talking about me, people are looking at me, and that would just send me back straight into my own home.
Wow.
So, yes, that feeling of hopelessness and the noise that was going on around me, even though I was in silence,
wow,
was insane.
Wow. How did you come out of this?
That's where it gets interesting. Like I said, I made a choice. I decided that I didn't want to stay in this space. I did research. That's what I did.
You did research?
I researched
so you never
how
blamed
to deal
yourself,
with this.
You never blamed your partner?
No, what I did was, the top of the list of the research that I did was accountability. I took the blame on myself.
So you blamed yourself?
Yes,
100%. And that makes you feel worse and guilty, right?
It made me feel worse at first, actually.
Until you began to do something about it.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And I began to take practical steps. I'll be...
Banquet. You see why it's not good to only hear story from one side and you don't hear from the other side, then you judge. In case you don't know, that was Toke Makinwa's estranged husband. Toke Makinwa's divorced husband, Maje. They were both married long time ago, and all of a sudden, we hear that the couple have divorced. That time, what we heard was Toke Makinwa caught him cheating. And they quarreled and everything, and she left him. That news rocked the internet very well, like somebody that is rocking a ship, water that is rocking a ship. For how many years? Is it up to 5 years now? I think it's up to 5 years or 6 years. This guy have not come out to say, Pim. Now he has come out to talk. And there are vital lessons to learn from that, men. There's not much to laugh about this story. But what I don't find funny is the fact that a man was bold to collect my microphone and speak his truth. Do you know what it feels like for something to have happened between you and your partner or your wife? She has the media buzz. She has gone for interviews. She has said so many things and talked about the situation, told the story from her own perspective. But you never came out to say anything. And now he has come out to say anything. The feminist coven are blackmailing him, saying he's a narcissist. He's trying to do this, or he's trying to do what. Even some people that don't know the hand and leg of anything are abusing the guy. First of all, in every story that happened, there is the man's story, side of the story, there is the woman's side of the story, and there is the truth. Why did I say so? From what this man was saying now, he was capitally saying that the place was bad for him and he decided to leave. But from what Auntie has been telling us, it looked like she cheated on her and she left him. Who is the person that left each other? Oh, Auntie, tell us, who is the person that left each other? One thing I know about women, when a man leaves them, they don't know how to accept it and say, he left me because I was this, because I was that. They can never say that. Accountability is far from them. But when they are the one that left the man, their mouth will not stop running. What that man was saying, before I even go into what the man was saying, look at Toke Makinwa's version of what happened. And we'll come back and we'll take it from there.
I'm going to ask a foolish question before I move on to the more important thing I want to talk about, which is the post this. Why couldn't you stay?
I'm going to be very honest here. Could I have stayed if it wasn't so public? Maybe. Maybe. But the way I loved this person, he was going to kill me if I stayed. How I felt was going to become my entire life.
So, incidentally, I was just watching yesterday night the last part of Hillary Clinton's documentary on Hulu, and she was saying, she was describing the moment that Bill Clinton came to her in the night and said, "Darling," or whatever, "something is going to break tomorrow morning," and it's about the Monica Lewinsky thing. How did you confront your husband about this kind of a thing?
Well, I wish I had the Bill Clinton and Hillary situation. I wish he walked up to me to say, girl, you know, I've done something. I mean, I tell people, regardless of whatever you guys saw play out in the media, that was my guy.
That was your guy.
Many years have passed now. Sometimes you have those moments where it's still unbelievable. Because at that time, I was young. But I fell in love with this guy hard. He was the best thing that ever happened since sliced bread. Nobody could tell me otherwise. You know, this was my friend. So to go through that sort of betrayal, nothing compares. There's absolutely nothing I can say, you know, to explain the things that went through my head. I knew it was true off the back of, like, it wasn't someone that I hadn't heard the name before. So clearly I knew that there was, except you want to say, I don't know how you want to make it seem like these people are lying, but there was no hold hands, baby, can I tell you something? I've wronged you. It wasn't that.
So what was it? It was like, well, it has happened, it has happened.
It was lies. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. And then I'll confess, and it's true.
And that was it.
Pretty much so.
Did that make it more painful?
Of course. I mean, right after he confessed and told me that happened, he still asked our chef to give him food. And he still ate while I was on the floor crying. He did, you know, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
What was that actually?
Yeah. I think you have sat down now. I've either entertained you, or I've informed you, or I've just kept you company. Why don't you want to subscribe? This subscription you are holding to yourself, they don't remove $1, they don't remove ₦1 inside. It's just a click, you subscribe. Help my ministry, help me grow. What is it? Are you the weapon fashioned against me? Come on, subscribe. Thank you very much. Until next time, I remain your man. No, your sexy boy, Ura Ufon. Thank you.